Hi everyone, it's Charisma and it's time for another dinner with the Olsons. I think that's what we called it, keeping it real with Charisma. So anyway, this was totally last minute and I know it's completely anti-American, at least anti-Olson, to be not having Taco Tuesday on Tuesday, but we're gonna have Italian. So anyway, here's the deal. I have a Pampered Chef party going on right now with a good friend, Deanna Woolley, and she's hosting my party, and she posted today that, hey Dana, hi Pam. Anyway, Deanna posted in her party that she is intimidated by the Pampered Chef quick cooker. And I know a lot of people are intimidated by their Instant Pots and things like that. So I found like this super, super easy recipe. And I'm like, oh my God, I can totally make this. So ran to the grocery store. And of course, I found not only this recipe, but another recipe that I want to try for a vendor fair that I'm going to do. So this one is in the Instant Pot. The other one is in the blender. So I'm going to try them both and maybe live, maybe just the quick cooker live. I don't know. I'm going to swipe those comments over so I can see what you guys are seeing. Because I want you guys to see this. I want Deanna to see this. So if she's not joining us live, I will be sharing this in her party, because even my son has figured out. He looked at it the other day and he's like, "There's a rice setting, brown rice and a white rice setting." He's like, "There's a rice setting. I can make rice in there." I'm like, "Yeah." And so he meal preps every week, and so he made rice in there. I wasn't even home when he did it, so he figured it out all on his own and made rice. And apparently he made a lot of rice because she was sharing with some friends, which is great. Sharing is caring. Anyway, what I'm going to make tonight is just some really quick raviolis. And like I said, I just found this recipe in one of the Pampered Chef groups. So I'm going to share it with you guys, but it's like something super fast that everybody's going to love, and it's super easy. Now, your quick cooker is not going to come with the steamer baskets in it, but it is a great place to store them when you're not using them. So you have just your inner liner pot. So this is, again, I have cheat sheet notes over here because I just wrote them down from the website today, because it is really easy. But it's 1 cup of broth, any kind of broth. For my other one that I'm going to make, it's a tomato basil soup, and I believe I needed veggie broth for it, so I just bought veggie. And you know what is another thing about being a Pampered Chef consultant that's pretty amazing? Oh my gosh, hold on, I'm burning my nuts. I thought I smelled something burning. Whew. Sorry about that, kids. If the smoke alarms go off, it's because I burnt my nuts. I was toasting some pine nuts. Really expensive nuts to burn. Anyway, in the toaster oven. And I'm going to turn on the fan real quick. If we've got a little background noise, that's because I burnt the nuts. I always burn the bread. My husband, it's just ever since day one, I've always burnt the bread. When you make the French bread or Italian bread, stuff like that, I always burn it. So anyway, it's par for the course. I can be a Pampered Chef, but I can't toast the nuts. Good thing I bought, darn it, because I needed a 1/4 cup of pine nuts. And the bag said approximately 1/2 cup. So I was like, ooh, I'll just toast them all. That way I can make 2 batches. But somebody else did suggest using cashews. So guess what? It looks like I'm going to try the cashews. See if that works, because I just burnt the nuts. It smells nice and burning in here. Don't ever try to multitask going live and toasting your nuts. Anyway. It happens. That's why I call it keeping it real. Cooking with Charisma. I got my 1 cup of broth. Oh, if this was smell-o-vision, you guys could enjoy it all with me. 1 cup of broth. I've covered up my recipe. 1 bag of frozen raviolis. Okay, so again, here I go again. Could not find frozen raviolis. I know they exist because I usually have them in my freezer, but I'm at the grocery store, and they've rearranged the whole store. If you haven't been there. And of course, they didn't rearrange the freezer section, but by the time I got to the freezer section, I was done. Probably got in another 1,000 steps. But anyway, couldn't find them, so I just went to the fresh because I'm like, I know they've got raviolis in the fresh section. And then I couldn't decide what kind to get. Well, I wanted the spinach and ricotta. Well, I know my family's not going to all eat spinach and ricotta. They might, but I doubt it. So these were the smaller bags. So I got 2. I got spinach and ricotta. And look, I got them in the raviolis. And then Smart Mom Me said, oh, can't get another bag of raviolis. We'll get them mixed up. So I got the cheese lovers tortellinis for everybody else. And I'm just going to make them both. And so I am going to, smoke it. Grab my kitchen shears right out of the dishwasher. And the way these are designed, it really looks like it should be 2 bags because it has like a double. I don't know what that deal is up here, but it's really just one. And why they made it, oh, I guess, I don't know. Anyway, so we're just going to add both the bags. They could be straight from frozen into your Pampered Chef quick cooker. And I do have the trash out behind me, so I might just be throwing these right over my shoulder, and you're going to be like, ah! And just remember, when you're cooking in your Instant Pot, you do have to have 1 cup of liquid. So we've got 1 cup of broth in there, and we'll add a splash more since I added 2 bags. You could, 1 bag of frozen noodles. And these are not frozen, so it may not take as long to cook. Who knows? Guess how long it's going to cook? 1 minute. Who doesn't have 1 minute to cook frozen raviolis, right? So you're going to put your lid on. When you turn it, you're going to hear the little doo-loo-loo-loo, so you know it's on, it's in position. Now, I'm going to show you. The key to the quick cooker is up here. You need to make sure that this is your quick release valve. You want to make sure it's flush, not pushed in. If it's pushed in, all your steam just pushes out. So make sure it's flush. This little doohickey right here, this is your steam valve. Look, it's got a little Pampered Chef. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's got a little steam. It looks like a little Pampered Chef hat. But see, these 2 buttons, you want to make sure that they're both making a little arrow that way. So you just line those up, and you know it's all good, right? So now we're going to do custom setting. I don't know, can I zoom you guys in and hold it and set? Custom setting, right here, push the button. We're going to turn this to, oh, sorry, we're not going to turn it. We're going to adjust our time here. We're going to adjust that down to 1 minute. I know, this is craziness. So we're going to go down to 1 minute, and then we're just going to push this, the start button here. Sorry, I've been using my blender so much, it's a push button. Or a push knob. So this one, you're going to push the start button. Here we go. It's going to start cooking. It is going to take it just a few minutes to get up to pressure, but remember, there's only 1 cup of liquid in there, so it's not going to take a long, long time, right? So while that's doing that, just because I'm crazy, not completely, but whew, I burnt those nuts. It's still smoky in here. Seriously, it's a half a cup of pine nuts. They're little round nuts, and toaster oven. Whew, but they are black nuts now. I just crack myself up sometimes. So while that's doing that, seriously, you guys, this easiest recipe ever, I think. I hope I have the right sauce. I have beef bourguignon, and of course I don't. Are you kidding me? Oh. So Pampered Chef now has these meal starters. So they have apparently 3 different flavors. I've got the other one. I just need to find it. So I might have to pause you guys while I go crazy digging. So anyway, they've got a beef bourguignon, which is the one I need, of course. No, it's not. Beef bourguignon is this one right here. This one is just ginger sesame. So I mean, we've even made it simpler, so you can just throw these in and go. So the one I need is called the bolognese. It looks like bologna sauce, so it's the bolognese sauce. So I'm going to be like digging for that in my secret hidden places, which are so secret that I don't know where it is. I think it's in my bedroom. So, you guys, do you ever do that when you're like cleaning house, you're like stashing everything? Well, in my house, all of my secret compartment hiding places are full. So now when I like do the quick cleanup because somebody's coming over or I'm going to go live, it all goes upstairs into my bedroom. So my bedroom looks like a hoarder. So anyway, so here's the deal, Lucille. My other thing that I'm going to make, it's like three things we're going to make. With one, we're going to start with one base, and we're not going to clean in between, so it's going to be and it's going to be yummy delicious. And so maybe I can use what my end product is for this. We'll see. So I'm going to scooch over Betty the blender. Actually, I don't know what her name is. All the other Pampered Chef consultants are naming theirs. So there's like Belinda the Blender, and somebody calls it Bob. It's like, I don't know, something, blah, blah, blender. I don't know. So I don't know. Do I want to name her something? Is Betty the Blender? I don't know. Half time is just the blender. It's the Pampered Chef Deluxe Cooking Blender, if you want to know the real name of it. And it is amazing. The kids know how to use this as well. They make their smoothies in it like every day. But the key is this is a self-cleaning blender. So, I mean, seriously, you put 3 cups of water in it, 1 drop of soap, and turn it to heated wash and turn it on, and it cleans itself. All they got to do then is rinse it and dry it, and they know that if they use it, they have to clean it, and they do. It's amazing. So, anyway, what we're going to do real quick, I'm going to turn this sucker on, yay, and unwrap my cheese. Fortunately, I've got a knife block sitting right in front of me with all of my Pampered Chef knives. And I've got so yeah, you do have to unwrap the cheese wrapper, or the wrapper from your Parmesan cheese. You're like, what are you going to make with Parmesan cheese in the blender? And blah, blah, blah. And I also have a handy dandy cutting mat right in front of me. I don't know how. See, I can't see how far down you guys can see, but with this chunk of cheese, just because it is just a chunk. Look, I'm cutting it into like 4 pieces. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Throwing it in there. This is telling me my lid is off, so I'm going to put my lid on, and you'll hear that fancy-dancy noise that the same one that that my quick cooker made to tell me that the lid is on and it's ready. I love it. I love that they talk to me. They sing to me. Okay, and now I'm just going to turn this. I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing. I'm going to turn my wheel here till grind. So when that grind, can you guys see that? I don't know. Oh, why can't I get you to see what I see? Maybe, oh, here we go. It's like one of those things that you turn it left to go right. So there, the grind button is on. I'm just going to push the start. And we are just going to make us some finely ground Parmesan cheese. So there it goes. Give it just a second. And we can just grind it as fine as we want it. That looks beautiful. I'm going to hit that cancel button. And oh my gosh, look at this, you guys. Look at that. Powder fine Parmesan cheese. I mean, just like you get when you go to those fancy restaurants, right? Maybe instead of banging around my blender, I should just get the proper tool, the handy dandy mix and scrape. If you guys don't have one of these, I don't know what in the world you've been doing all your life. But I actually it's time for me to get some new ones, because obviously mine are cranberry old. And now without rinsing it, you can see there's a little bit of cheese in there. That's just fine and dandy. I'm going to pop that back on there. Look at this, you guys. Seriously. It's like perfect. So we have super duper fresh Parmesan cheese. You guys saw how hard that was, right? Super hard to do. No, just kidding. Oh my goodness, my dog is going crazy. Okay, so now this is when we would need our toasted pine nuts. Eek. I'm not even going to toast the cashews. I'm done with that. Look, I've got some business going on behind me. I know it's getting up to pressure. It's not up to pressure yet, but once it is, 1 minute. 1 minute on those raviolis, okay? So I need 2 cups of basil. Well, hello, I do have, and I should run outside and get my basil plant, but I didn't. Because I didn't know if I would have 2 cups of basil on there, so I just bought a basil plant. Oh, Oh, and this is what I was going to tell you before I realized that I was burning the crud out of my pine nuts, is that the nice thing about being a Pampered Chef consultant, which I forget a lot, is that, like, seriously, all of my groceries are tax deductible. Because if I do a live video, or even if I'm just making some recipes just to try new recipes because I'm, you know, for a demo, or just because I want to learn how to make something for future reference, or blah, blah, blah. Yeah, seriously, I can deduct all of my groceries. And tell me that's not cool. So I always save. I always make everybody save their save the grocery receipts. But I usually do it because I do fetch rewards too. So I earn points. If you guys don't do fetch rewards, I can send you a link and you can be my fetch reward buddy. Becky Von Bargen, she got me on there, and seriously, it's just a lot of fun. All you have to do is scan your grocery receipts, you know, and then you get like more points for certain items. I don't even know how it breaks down. But then when you have so many points, you can turn them in for like different things, like Amazon gift cards and other stuff. Right now, I think I've earned enough that I can get like $25 in Amazon gift cards. But I mean, I haven't done anything to do that. I just scan my receipts, so who cares, right? That's free money, baby. Okay, so I got one, I got 1 cup. It's loosely packed basil leaves. Just gonna add those right in there. So this is kind of fun, you know. So if you have kids, you can have them help you in the kitchen. They can pick your basil leaves. Maybe you can clean them. You know, I don't know how these look like they're burnt. They weren't even sitting next to my pine nuts. Somebody's beeping at me. Oh. My minute is up. So I didn't even realize that it got up to pressure. It's already cooked for its whole 1 minute. And now we are gonna let it do a natural release on the quick cooker here behind me. So we're gonna just let it, it's just gonna hold in that, it's done cooking. So it's just doing its thing. It's just sitting there basically for 5 minutes. And then we're gonna hit the quick release button, and we're gonna let the rest of the steam out, and then we can rinse our noodles. That is it. And that would be from frozen. Since we did fresh, but I doubled it, I think that 1 minute is probably still good. All right, so there's my 2nd cup of basil leaves. Look at that. I mean, how super easy. You guys have seen how hard I've been working on this, right? Talking it the whole time. Probably haven't even been looking at you. I've got puppy dogs sitting at my feet. Okay, so 2 cups of basil, loosely packed, 1/4 cup of toasted pine nuts or cashews. We're gonna forget the toasted, and we're gonna forget the pine nuts. So I'm gonna grab my measuring cups here. I've got a handy dandy 1/4 right there. And I just bought some lightly salted cashews. And we're, again, because I don't trust myself with the toaster oven. And I'm surprised nobody came down here to go, what'd you burn? Did you burn the bread? I'm not cooking the bread, but it's just usually a given thing that I'm gonna burn. So here we're gonna throw in some nuts. I've never made basil before, or not basil. How do you make basil? I better test these nuts. They're good. I'm like a little kid. Let me use 2 hands to shove them all in at once. Anyway, yep, they taste perfect. Perfectly like cashew nuts. So I've got my 1/4 cup of nuts. We need 1/3 cup of olive oil. Well, for all of you that know, I use garlic infused olive oil because it's thebomb.com. We need 1/3 cup. So here we go. I wish this was color changing, but I can read those lines pretty good. My other one, the line started to wear out. Anyway, so 1/3 cup of oil. And I love these recipes. You just put everything in the order that they're listed usually. Oh, and then 1/2 cup of grated parm. Hello, guess who has 1/2 cup of freshly grated parm? Me. My little 1/4 cup, I'm just gonna dip right in. Good. 1/4 cup. Ooh, and look at all this I still have, so we can put that on our fresh ravioli that we're making. 1/4 And that's it. Salt and pepper to taste. So we'll just go twisty, twisty, twist with my Himalayan pink salt because, who doesn't love Himalayan pink salt? And my fresh coarse pepper. I am doing Pampered Chef Live, sister. Okay, and that's it. I am making some fresh pesto.
Pasta?
Well, yes, and there is pasta. This is pesto. It's the green sauce. And then we're just going to put it on pulse for 2 to 3 minutes. Or, I don't even think that long. Maybe I bought a lot. Okay, so we're just going to put on cast and blend. And we're just going to let it go. Start. This is the one with push button start. So it's just going to do its thing for a little bit. I could pulse it, but why? We'll just let it kind of do its thing. Because this way I don't have to worry about pulse, holding the button down. Okay? We can hear it. It's doing its thing. It's happy. This is on 4 minutes, so we have 1 more minute, and then we'll release it, and we're going to cross our fingers and hope that it's done. I still didn't find my bolognese sauce, did I? It's all good. Now, if you think it's just spinning and nothing's happening, oh my gosh, it smells so good. This is the tamper, it comes with it, so you can just twist this off and you can just kind of tamper it. It must be doing everything it needs to. It's probably done, to be honest with you, because it's pesto, and what does it need to do besides blend, right? So I'm going to hit that cancel button. It's good. I like it. Oh yeah. I'm gonna just mix this up a little bit because I did use those cashews. They are a little bit still big. If that made sense to everybody that's still watching and listening. So I'm just gonna push that down a little bit. Oh, it's really yummy. And we'll pulse it a little bit. Intimidating, doesn't it?
You didn't get meat and cheese for the breads.
Yes, I did.
You did?
I did.
And another thing is the heat not on or something? It's frigid.
Oh my goodness. Did you guys hear that? The heat is not on, babe.
It's frigid.
Cancel that. Maybe if I turn it on to grind. And again, you guys are just my guinea pigs here, so sorry that you guys have to always be the guinea pigs and watch me live. My tamper doesn't go down far enough to get those nuts back in there. So I don't know if you guys heard me, but I said my tamper doesn't go down deep enough, and I just don't have the patience enough to sit here and listen to it. Again, okay, so now I know why they say to use the pine nuts. Either that, or if you just use more of the cashews, probably. Not more, but maybe you grind the cashews first. You wouldn't have to worry about it, so. Man, this blade spins so fast. It's craziness. But this pesto is really good.
No.
All right.
7 people live?
7 people are watching me. Oh my! She hates me right now. So, okay, Bella, entertain them for 1 second. I'm going to find another bowl to put my pesto in. I love these bowls. These stone bowls are amaze balls. Hello! So, thank you for entertaining them. Was she a good entertainer, everybody? You know, give her a round of applause. Show her some love. I love the little hearts when they go across the screen. I haven't seen that lately. Are you guys not loving on me? Look at this. Okay, so you can see homemade pesto. I don't know, it's a little nutty, but I think that's just fine. So now, again, note to self, when I do this for a live demo, I'll probably do my nuts first, and I'll have them already pre-ground. You know, you can make your own homemade, you can make your nut milks, you can make nut butters,
They're
so you
not
can make,
milks anymore. They're called nut juices.
you can make your own nut juice, so you can make cashew juice.
Or almond juice.
Yeah, or almond juice, almond butter. You can make that with this blender. It's amazing. So okay, so I just took everything out.
spread.
Look at that. I didn't wash it. Ew, can you believe it? So now I'm just gonna get everything. I'm gonna throw it in. We're gonna make this soup, and then we'll check on our raviolis, which are now in there for 9 minutes. So we need a 1/4 cup of veggie broth.
We're making a soup.
So here we go. We've got a 1/4 cup right there. 1/4. Because I gotta go find the broth or the sauce upstairs for that. 1 teaspoon of salt. So we'll just go. No, she's over here shaking her head. She's like, no, Mom, you don't need to go. No sound effects necessary. So we got our teaspoon of salt, 2 Roma tomatoes. Okay, so now you guys are talking to the wrong person going to the grocery store to buy tomatoes. I don't know if this is a garden tomato, a Roma tomato, or what kind of tomato it is. A tomato's a tomato in my world. So I don't think that you eat the tops of the tomatoes, so I'm going to cut this off. I do have a tomato knife, which I love. And then I'm just going to cut it
The top of the tomato.
in quarters. And I don't think we want that green in there. I really don't think in this blender is going to matter, so I'm not going to cut it out. Just going to pop those quarters in there. And my daughter's like, can I have the top of the tomato? Of course you can have the top of the tomato. And there's going to be 2. She is going to eat that, I think. Either that or she's going to do like a science experiment. I don't know. So again, I guess if I wanted to, I could just pop that top off, the little, thing. So they have so many different kinds of tomatoes. You can buy the tomato on the vine. You can buy these tomatoes. I knew I didn't say cherry tomatoes, so I assumed it didn't mean the little ones. Sorry, I gotta wipe my hands. I got tomato juices on them. So there we go. We've got our 2 Roma tomatoes, a can of whole tomatoes, a half a medium onion. So here I go. I've got a cutting board right in front of me. I don't know how much you guys can see, but so I'm just gonna cut my onion right here. Ooh, that's the weirdest half I've ever seen. But I'm gonna actually quarter it and just take the skin off. Well, since this is the big quarter, it's a little more than the skin. And then I'll cut the butt off. Wow, that one had a big old butt. Got a big old butt. Oh my. Pop the tomato or the onion in there. We don't want the butt on the other side. So we just need half of an onion. Pop that onion in there. And then 2 cloves of garlic. So I could probably put the whole garlic in there, but because I love, love, love my garlic press, I'm going to press it in there, okay? So there we go. 1 press. My dogs are down here at my feet going, Mom, the blender's going. Are you going to give us fresh peanut butter, fresh smoothie? What are you making that we're getting? Because you can do it all in this thing. And usually, because the dogs used to go crazy, well, I should say just Pumpkin, would go crazy every time he heard the blender. So it's like, we'll just give him a little taste of it so he's not scared of it. So that's what we did. And now they are right here at my feet going, what are we getting? So there you go. 2 garlic cloves. Add in some fresh basil leaves when it gets to the add-in time. But so we're just going to screw that on. Now I'm going to turn this over. There is actually a soup setting. I'm going to cancel, turn it over here to soup. Soup lights up. I'm going to push my button and it's going to start. So it'll go through a couple different things. It's going to chop up everything and it's going to heat. So it'll actually get to boiling. So yummy, yummy, yummy. So while that is making my soup, and I'm going to stand over it and slave and stir and do all that, I'm going to push it out of my way and we're going to check on our ravioli. Oh, look, I didn't even need to release my steam. It's been doing its thing for so long. So now, excuse me. Well, he loves socks. So this is a little hot. I'm going to grab my... I'm just going to grab a spoon here. And yeah, you can see, I'm going to bring you guys over here to look into the steam bath. I mean, there is a little bit of water in there. You can see everything's totally cooked and delish. It smells so yummilish. So I'm going to pick this up. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, we can hear again. I turned off the fan. I don't know if you guys, if that was bothering you the whole time. But here's my strainer. I love this. Soars flat, but check this out. And punch it out. You can put, if you don't need that much, you can have it halfway. But
Let go.
I just throw this in the sink. It's so silicone. It's super thick. It's the bomb. So I'm gonna take this out. I'm just gonna dump these suckers right in there.
Go. Open your mouth.
And put that back. I am going to put you guys on pause. I'm gonna run upstairs, find my bolognese sauce, and I'll be right back. Thanks. Chill out for a little bit. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back. Thank you for watching.